because pretty solid stuff across the board here. If you kids could please walk this way, talk this way, and all that other good stuff, maybe. Step to me, mainly, yes, I just wanted to get rid of these Sons of Guns. Those Hoarfrost cannons, that was a good change. I mean, there was something with the, like, removing walls and turning them into elementals that was kind of cool and fun from a flavor perspective. But these Hoarfrost cannons are definitely a much more, like, tangible and real threat than the elementalists ever really were for the majority of characters. So I do like that. Should be reciting there. Again, don't do as I say and not as I do, because I will consistently forget to do so. I thought I saw, was there an artifact helmet? No? Maybe it was just the leather armor? I swear I saw the sprite of the, you know, the fancy like red helmet with the jewels encrusted on it. Man, pay me no mind. I am well known for having no idea what I'm talking about, and this should be no exception to the rule. Come on, not even master archers. They're certainly not sending their best, even though I am here to wipe out your entire civilization. I hate to break it to you. I don't want to be that guy, but I will murder you all if given the opportunity. No more Hoarfrost cannon, please, and thank you. Or at the very least, not one that blocks their way. Perfect. I do appreciate the thoughtful notion there. What do you have that's so scary? Wand of Charming. Meh. I saw Amulet of Divine Intervention. That is such a killer name that I did not think it was a Randart for a second there, and I got very excited about what that could potentially hold in store for us. Turns out it's basically useless, and we will not be using it. Especially since Acrobat and Stealth, I feel like Acrobat, there's a bit of a sense of divine intervention there. You could feel the hand of God come down and prevent enemies from hitting you, but Stealth, I mean, again, I guess if they're pulling attention away, but I worked hard on that Stealth, and I want full credit, because if I'm tiptoeing around and avoiding everything on my own 2 feet here, pulling myself up by the soft-soled shoes, as it were, then I think I deserve what is rightfully mine. Yikes, you kids ransacked the vault here. You were not kidding around whatsoever. +9 plate armor? Talk to me like minutes ago in the evening here, and you might have had some cachet there. However, mountain boots, now that gets some traction in my soul. And it's not just the spiked pads. Though it's mostly the spiked pads that do it, I think, to be clear and honest. But let's see what else is waiting for us here. Scroll of Enchant Weapon, I guess again our backup Morningstar. Which actually, I feel like we're still just using the poison branded one because it's been doing very well for itself. But I probably... Boris? I do not wish to fight both of you at once. I should just silence, but I don't think I need to, apparently. Sorry, Boris. Life is rough for a Lich King out there. When you're a Lich, life can be rough. There's something, there's some reference to 3 feet tall in there for all my Canadian rap enjoyers in the audience this evening. I think Canadian? Though I am... Why am I blanking on their name? It starts with a C. Oh, Lord, folks. I should stop trying to grasp at facts from the recesses of my brain here today because it's just not helping out. In fact, this time around, I'm gonna cheat. 3 feet tall rap. Classified. Of course it's classified. That's why I couldn't think of it. Redacted. But okie dokie, regardless of my inability to function as a human being should. Elf went great, and that is just beautiful. I did leave, now that I think about it, some goodies. Here, anything important? Nothing important. Beautiful. That's what we like to see, folks. And maybe actually before we head into Zot, let's do a bit of an inventory here, shall we? First and foremost, resistances, incredible. Looking great out there. Keep it up, kid. Secondly, shopping list. Very important. Don't think we need the extra fire resistance, so it's probably going to be one of these. It's not seeming like we're going to get a better shield, so maybe I just buy enchant armor scrolls and max out everything. I mean, heal wounds spam can be nice, but oftentimes that feels like a losing battle when you're dealing with the damage output of a lot of Zot's forces there. So, rather than the reactive solution, let's go proactive here and get some of these enchantments popping, shall we? Maxed out tower shield if you do not mind. Maybe not a maxed out tower shield. How high do you go? Plus 10 or plus 9? Cannot be enchanted further. Plus 8. Perfect. Almost like it was meant to be. Love to see it. But okie dokie. I think with that, we're ready for Zot. We've had a rough relationship with Zot as of late. I'm not really expecting that to change much this evening either. So, you know, knowing full well that that's the case, I'm hoping we can do slightly better here this evening than we have as of late. In fact, I don't think we'll be doing full clears. That's always a decision that needs to be made at some point. Ozin, you are gonna love these shapeshifters. Please melt them with your wise words. And before we get constricted, head upstairs and start reciting on these sons of guns. Hello? Don't know what you'll turn into. Yeah, that's not great. The issue is I kind of want to keep one thing alive, just so that irradiate is not a factor. We've already been hit by too many irradiates. 51 HP. Protein progenitor, are you gonna be affected by my wise words, or are we just ignoring all of that here today? I will drink a heal wounds. I don't think it's really necessary. Well, imagine that this was the last time we were in Zot. Last time we were in Zot, we didn't have any electricity resistance, and apparently that's all the game is throwing at us now. Yikes. So let's see, we can call in butterflies. Butterflies block the physical attacks. That's great. That's fantastic. You love to see it. Don't help out so much with the lightning. The bolts, as the name may suggest, kind of cut through all that. I mean, I could probably Sanctuary. I don't want to burn through too much piety here. I could see this going pretty poorly in that regard if we keep having to do so just to make it through every floor of Zot. Of course, if we do, and we don't mind burning the extra time, we could always go to Crypt. And Crypt should be fairly straightforward. Reciting should just do bonkers numbers down there in the current climate. But you know what? I think we will Sanctuary. Let's not break Sanctuary by accident. And we can kind of just dive around the corner here. Start shrinking. But we are already in the next zip code here. Beautiful. And then let's see. You kids still around? Oh my gosh, not only are you still around, you're still mighted and hasted. Is that permanent? Because if so, I've got to get the contact details for your enchanter. Whoever got those protean progenitors going in the first place, truly a remarkable feat of I don't know, artificing prowess, I guess? Is it artificing if it's a living thing? Are there like biochemical artificers? It's like, what is that classification? Biopunk? Well, all the resplendent body horrors of progenitors aside, we do at least make it to our stairwell here. Let's reveal what the game has in store for us. I don't have a lot of digging, but I think this is a good use for it. Switch to boomerangs, and we can knock these sons of guns away from afar. Okay, I can go into this corner because if things go horribly wrong, I use my sanctuary, and we're golden. We're sitting pretty. Perfect. Well, back to our spire killing days. Now, I've heard about Slay the Spire, but 3 of them is just ridiculous. Orb of Benevolence. I like your name. Very cool. I played any Trunk. There's something called Forge Crafting now? No, I've not, and I've actually not heard about that at all. Do you usually play on Trunk, Eric? And that's interesting. Is it a mechanic available for everyone? Or is it a bit more targeted than that? Because I could definitely see it being thematically oriented towards like Mountain Dwarf or Coglins. Let's revel in our knowledge again here. I know you don't, but you looked into it. New spell school. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, I don't know if my brain's going the right direction, but I'm very much thinking along the lines of Artificer and creating, you know, weapons and armor. That would be a cool kind of new path for the game to take for sure. Son of a gun. Let me at least get back to my hidey hole. I mean, this is honestly probably an ideal spot for this to happen. Of all things, of all places and all things. Mark Trap when I am in a lovely little kill corridor such as this. Don't see how we could possibly complain. And just kill you all. In fact, this does a good job of kind of clearing out the entire north side of the dungeon here. So hopefully we have access to, I guess the 2 stairwells. Are they both regular? Yeah, neither's a trapdoor. Beautiful stuff. That is what we like to see. And you know what? I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Once again, let's bring it all back to basics. Back to our lovely little kill spot. And fantastic. It is nice when you go through multiple runs in a row where you're playing like spellcasters and ranged users. It can be such a relief to just have this moment of returning to someone with 59 AC, 31 shielding. Doesn't matter if you berserk the pack of draconians, they're all gonna die. Even a berserk dragon, I have an unreasonable level of confidence that we could deal with. So, do your worst. But as much as I'm enjoying the +5 strength for its kind of auxiliary features there, I'm going to switch over to the preservation cloak, freeze up a ring slot because we no longer need this resist corrosion, and we'll probably swap that bad boy out for, +5 evasion? I could get fire resistance and +5 evasion though, right? We left that by the wayside some aeons before. Oh, we need 26 gold. We're so close. Okay. Maybe even just this? Gain 19. It's close. Okay, right. We don't have like Gozag site here. Jeez Louise, this was a weird setup with all these turrets everywhere. But please, just 1 stack of gold. My children are very sick. But maybe, just maybe. We'll keep heading forward. Oh my gosh, there was gold right here the whole time. Okay, perfect. Let's grab that, and that does tip us over the edge here. Please and thank you. Run back for this little gem here, this lovely little piece of kit. Oh, interesting. We have to go through this whole song and dance in order to get there. I mean, I could probably fight you both now. And in fact, I kind of would just like to. I think it's just good business to murder a couple uniques on your way out, you know? So, let's Phantom Mirror you, my friend. See if your greatest weakness is yourself. Not so much. But, unfortunately, your greatest weakness is dying, much like most things in life. Death is final. You know what? Convoke all you want. Invite everyone over. Party for the ages. Oh my gosh, Jory was here the whole time too? Hey, Jory. How's she going, my vampiric friend? As we just kill everything. Beautiful stuff. I mean, I'm almost tempted to make a hard pivot into axes just to use that vampiric broadaxe. It's not every day you get the vampiric broadaxe, and boy howdy does it usually feel dang good to swing that thing about. But hey, for today, let's not worry about it. Oops, that's not the right ring. Let's get fire resistance and a tad bit of evasion thrown into the mix. Do you know what I think? With that, I'm feeling good again. Let's head back to Zot. Let's wrap this bad boy up, shall we? In one fashion or the other, this run will end in the next while here. Let's just hope it's the good one, shall we? Okie dokie. Take me down and away. Take me away. Okay, 2 of our things are in here. I mean, we have a lovely opportunity for a smidge of digging here, actually. And I mean, I think it's kind of hard to say no to that plan, so let's grab you 2. I knew the slow was coming, and so it was just a matter of controlling how exactly the cob affects us here. In fact, that worked out wonderfully. I don't like the damnation. If all of you kiddos could step right up, that would be lovely and fantastic, beautiful, wonderful in every conceivable way, really. So I do appreciate it. And who said Draconians never did anything for me? Well, take care of you, my friend. I didn't even realize when I was setting up this run yesterday, I mainly went with Gargoyle because I just wanted to return to my roots. Again, for anyone who didn't catch the start of that stream, Gargoyle was the very first species that I ever won the game with. Specifically, that was a Gargoyle of Quaslol. Unfortunately, Quaz already checked off the list here, but still wanted to pay some amount of homage to that first win. But the side benefit that I didn't realize that prompted this little dialogue is it's also some good vengeance for the last run that got down to Zot. Because again, we were struggling with a lack of electricity resistance. So coming in with that innate right off the bat here just feels like the scales of the universe are tipping correctly once more here. Berserk moths, not a problem. They could have been a problem, but not so much them berserking others as them affecting me with that trash. That's one of the few things that could still potentially knock our socks off, just because there's no sanctuary for the enraged, unfortunately. I mean, obviously that's just a mechanic of being unable to use abilities while enraged, but I love how thematically accurate it is for this specific context, seeing as how, of course, you can't have a sanctuary when you're in a bloodlust of rage and just want to attack everything around you. But okie dokie, our first orb of fire. I mean, at the very least, I'm resistant as hell against you. And I mean, you have a bit of cold resistance, but not that much. Unfortunately, my cold morning star is my bad one. Screw it. This Venom branded morning star is apparently gonna be with us until the end of time itself. Okay, one orb of fire. Not too bad. Didn't even take, or rather none of the mutations that it lobbed our way even took. Thank you, Zin. I do appreciate that. What's weird is I think Zin just gives you like resistance, mutation resistance, right? Similar to the Staff of Elements or there's one hat of the Alchemist, maybe? It's the one unrand art that I want to show up in basically every run because I love getting every kind of resistance available, but wait, you kids can't fly? Oh, only the fancy ones can fly. Oh, how about that? Well, in that case, why don't I mean, okay, definitely just drag you over here, my golden pal. And for the rest of you, though, let us just slowly but surely whittle our way through the ranks with some lovely boomerang action. Which I'm sure is somebody's favorite Australian superhero, right? That's enough qualifiers to potentially make it accurate. I don't know, where my DC head's at. So that's definitely something that I just never really had the pleasure of getting into. I was much too obsessed with video games, computers, and tech in general as a kid to be pulled into that as another avenue of my interest. Holy moly, well that was an adventure. Hey kids, what do you all think, my draconian friends? Oh my gosh, we're almost at Zot 5. That went fast. Incredible stuff. Well, let's just do a bit of revealing action, drop an exclusion as we are off to do, and let's just hope for a nice clean game, shall we? This is cool. I like this vault. I mean, I'm not going to stick around with you kids whatsoever, and in fact, label that as a no-no stairs, but kind of fun, with all the stabs of fire and ice, thematically resonant in its own fun way. And of course, these other stairwells are all already cleared and safe, so nothing to worry about as we just bring our cob friend up and at him. Oh, there's a freaking moth somewhere. There you are, you son of a gun. Beautiful. And back on the road we go. In fact, we have this nice little hallway here. It'd be a shame if I didn't use it to brutally murder you all. Truly, truly a shame. Beautiful.